Hello everyone, Tina here. I hope you're having a wonderful, lovely day. Thanks so much for joining me. Well, today we're making a card, and it's a shaped card. I love making shaped cards, and we're using some items designed by Simon Hurley for Spellbinders. They are just adorable, and I fell so in love with them. Look how sweet these little bunnies are. Oh, just so sweet. So I'm going to put some bunnies on top of this fabulous little Easter egg, which is called the Embellishment egg. And these are called Bunny Buddies. So sweet. And then we're going to create a nice little spring pastel-y card. Okay, it won't take any time at all. It's not a 5-step card because it is a shaped card. But let's jump in and get started with some die cutting. First off, we're going to die cut out this large, look how large this is. This is a large, beautiful egg. And I would say this is one of those positive and negative dies. You can use, you can do both here. I want to create a card base. So let me bring in my paper trimmer here. And we are going to trim a standard sheet of alabaster cardstock. We're going to score it down the middle. Well, that just wasn't down the middle, was it? Okay, but it's still workable. So I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to overlap it on one side. So I want to make a side folding shaped card today. I'm going to cut this out. And then I'll take this die along with this beautiful egg. And I'm going to cut out a white one with white cardstock. And then I'm also going to create an ivory colored background. So I will cut out an ivory egg, a solid ivory egg too. So card base with ivory, a plate to go on top of the card base with ivory, and then I'll cut out the detail layer with white. Look how pretty this is. Just gorgeous. Okay, what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to use all of the inside pieces. We're just going to use a few. But first off, what we're going to do is create a background to go behind this egg here. And that's why we did this cardstock. I'm going to bring in some ink. I'm using some Simon Says Stamp inks. I picked out 3 colors here that I think are nice and springy. I have Cadet, I have Shell, and I have Cabbage. Okay, I'm going to take my Cadet. We're just going to ink this up a little bit. This is a kind of a darker blue, but I'm going to lighten it up very lightly and go over the top here. Okay, and then I'll take my shell, and then we'll take Cabbage. Cabbage is going to go on the bottom. I got a little extra ink here, but I'm going to roll with it. And then I'm going to take my shell, which is a corally orange color, and I'm going to go in the middle. Now when I do this, I do want some of the ivory to show, because I just think it adds a nice softness. I'm not worried about the harsh edges on the sides because we do have a border on here. So if you actually wanted to pop this up, you could. Okay. All I'm going to do is layer this egg right over my ivory egg that we just ink blended. I'm going to use my glue. I'm going to take my time because I want to make sure that this lays flat. And then once this is layered on here, I'm going to layer this on the top of my card base, making it whole again. Okay, let's do that. So there's my background on my card base. Just so pretty. Now while I have my inks out, we have our little florals, and I'm just going to add some green, which is Cabbage, to the largest piece here. So we have a little color to this, and then as far as the flowers go, let's go ahead and color in some flowers. I'm going to use just the ink that's left over on some of my blending brushes. This is just going to make it a lot easier. I do. Okay. I'm only going to use a few flowers. I'm not going to use them all, but maybe if you want to layer them. Okay. So I did 7 flowers, and then I did this greenery here. Okay, the rest I'm going to put to the side. I'm going to put this up here with my egg, and then we're going to do some die cutting with our Bunny Buddies. Oh goodness, so sweet. Okay, there's lots of different bunnies in here, and I like this little bunny that's holding the basket. So I'm going to take this, and I'm going to cut this out with some ivory cardstock. I can actually, let's see if I can use the leftover piece here. I'm going to use the leftover piece from my egg. So we'll cut out our little bunny. And we also have this little grass piece. I'm going to bring in some of my peridot cardstock. I'm going to cut out this grass piece 3 times with peridot. And then you have the detail layers that go underneath the bunny. Actually, we need the bunny arms too. We're going to cut out here. Okay? The detail layer that goes underneath the bunny ears. Let's see, what pieces are they? I think it's this one here, maybe? Okay, now I'm bringing in some chiffon. These are the detail pieces for the bunny. We'll cut out with that. Maybe these are the ears. I'm not sure which ears go to which, but I'm going to try these first. I may have to do a little bit more die cutting. And then this goes behind his little feet. So I'll cut this out too with that same chiffon cardstock. While we're die cutting, we're going to die cut out our greeting. And it's nice, the pretty little banner. I'm going to use some Desert Storm craft cardstock. I'm going to die cut out Happy Easter here. And then I'm going to put some ivory cardstock behind it. So I will also take, let's scoot all these over so you can see. And then I'm also going to take the banner and cut this out just with the ivory cardstock. We have our little Easter egg that I'm going to use colored cardstock for. I'm going to use some yellow. We'll cut out this little Easter egg. And then you have a detail layer that you need to layer both of these together. I'm going to cut out that with my seaside. So we'll have a nice soft Easter egg. Okay, I have a little bit of die cutting to do. You know the drill. I'm going to snap my fingers and I'll be right back. Well, that didn't take any time at all. Okay, well, first we're going to add our background to our greeting. Let's just use a little bit of glue and attach this. For spring cards, I love pastel and craft cardstock. I guess the craft just brings a little bit of earthiness to the softness of the pastels. I don't know, I just like them together. Maybe that's just the earthiness of it. So there's my greeting. Okay, I am going to put this foam tape behind here. So I put foam tape. Okay, now I'm going to add a little bit of, I'm not going to remove the release paper just yet. At the very top, I'm going to add some glue. And then I'm going to add my little Easter grass. We're going to kind of land it behind here. And I'm just going to go the length of my greeting. Like that. There we go. Nice little landing area. I'm going to put this with my egg. And then we're going to add a little glue behind our decorative portion of our Easter egg here. And we're going to layer it behind the yellow. Wonderful. And then for my bunny, I'm going to add a little bit of brown, just a little bit. Let me grab my brown blending brush. Okay. I'm using my Simon Says Stamp Fawn ink, and I'm not going to add very much. I'm just going to add a little bit to my bunny. I just want to highlight him just a little bit. And then we'll add it to the arms here. Cute. That's all there is to that. Just a little bit of highlight. I'm going to flip over his face, and then we can add some glue, and we'll put the piece that goes behind the ears. I hope I cut out the right ones. Let's see. Yep, I think I did. Okay. Flip them around, and now we have pink behind our little bunny's ears. Okay, I'm not worried about the eyes because I can put some black foam squares behind there, although you can inset the eyes because they did die cut out here. Okay, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go easy. Let's add a little dot of glue to his nose and his cheeks, and we can add those pieces. I think this is his nose. Okay, and his cheeks are here. Wonderful. Okay, we have the reverse side of his little feet, or his paws. Do bunnies have paws? I guess they have paws, huh? Let's add a little glue here, and we'll add these pieces. I'm going to add a little glue, and we can attach our, oh wait, now we can add a little dot of glue where his arms go. I'm only going to add glue to the very top. There's debossed area, so you know where the top is. Okay, and I do this because we want him to be holding the egg. So we'll just tack this here. Okay, we're going to lift up his arms, and then I'm going to put a foam square behind our colored egg, and he's going to be holding it. I mean, how cute is this? So sweet. Look how cute. Just adorable. Now I'm going to flip this over. I'm going to bring in some black foam squares. I have, oops, not those ones. I have some small ones. We're going to add those behind. Do we want to put them? Let's see. I have to refer to the packaging because I don't, let's see. Yeah, they're black. I'm going to put it behind his eyebrows and his eyes. I think that looks okay. And then those will serve as double duty. And then we can add a foam square behind here. Okay, and that's all there is to this cute little guy. Which I just think he's, I just love. So that's, so it kind of serves. I'm just going to remove the release paper now, and then we can assemble everything. Okay, first we're going to add our greeting. We're just going to remove the release paper, and I'm going to put our little, let's see, I kind of want him centered. I think that's a good spot. So I'm going to put my greeting here. And then I'm going to add my little bunny, tucking him under the grass. And I just love the way his arms kind of pop up. How sweet is that? So cute. Now with this piece, we're going to add a little bit of glue at the base, and I'm just going to layer this about 3/4 of an inch up from the bottom. I'm not going to layer it right on it, right here. Okay, so it is overlapping the greeting a little bit, and I just think that's so pretty, so I don't mind that. And then I'm going to bring in some smaller foam squares. I'm going to make sure that I cover, the flower centers do pop out, so I'm just making sure that my foam tape covers both of those. And we're going to add some flower layers. I'm bringing in my Spectrum AB gems, and then we're going to add a little shimmer to these flower centers. Lovely. And I'm also going to bring in some twine. I have some natural twine. I'm going to double up on a bow. Okay. I'm going to put a glue dot behind it. And then I'm going to add a bow here. And then I'm also going to bring in a button. These are from Spellbinders, and I think they're on sale right now. Spellbinders always has these on clearance for like $1.49 or $1.99. I'm going to take one of the little hearts. I'm going to put a glue dot behind it, and I'm going to add it to the center of my button. Just press that down. I'm going to leave the twine a little bit long. But isn't that just seen so pretty? Now if you were going to mail this, I suggest maybe die cutting out another egg and putting it over the top, and then it'll slide right into an A2 envelope. Let me show you. Okay, so plenty of room for a message. So sweet. And then you just take another piece of cardstock, and then I can just slide it in my A2 envelope. It is a little bulky, but I don't think this one will require extra postage. Just a little bit bulky. And then when the recipient opens it, how sweet is that? Such a cute little card. I hope you enjoyed my project today. I just love spring cards. I think they're just so pretty. I have lots more fun projects to share with you, so keep a lookout for some more videos. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Thanks so much for sticking with me to the end. I have 2 more videos that you guys might be interested here. If you guys are new and like the content that you see, click that subscribe button and also the notification bell. That way for future videos, be notified. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It sure does help the channel. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.